What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Freedom Train podcast series. Hey, I appreciate everybody for all the views that you came by from my homeboy Fred J. Sweet last night. He dropped a lot of entrepreneur gems last week, so we appreciate all the views and everybody who tuning in, all the new viewers, the new supporters, everybody who riding along the train. We appreciate y'all. Kick your feet up, sit back, make sure you get your popcorn ready, because it don't stop. Because y'all know how we do. It don't stop. Yeah, we get wild and crazy. We talk about it all, but we make sure that we get information across. So we stick to our original mission, making sure that our audience has access to resources, information, and people who can help them, better themselves and help you help yourself. So here we go. We're gonna continue that. And remember, we are brought to you by PAX Inc. That's PACTSINC. PAX Inc. is a Black advocacy organization, more like a think tank that is designed to provide information and resources to Black communities. And make sure you visit the website, www.pactsinc.org. That way you can have access to all the free resources they have. Go to that education tab, hover that mouse over that thing, you see all the resources come up, and check them resources out. Once again, that's pactsinc.org. While you online, make sure you visit our Freedom Train website at www.freedomtrainradio.com. You can learn more about myself, Patrick, Queen Shelby, Queen Candace, and the return of Enigma September. So it's going down. Hey, and shout out to Queen Candace and Queen Shelby, because they be wild. They let me come on their show, come in their comments and talk nasty and be wild. So shout out to the ladies. So speaking of Queen Shelby and Queen Candace, this is why we are here today, because they out there doing their thing. So shout out to them once again, 5 times, a million times, right?
Hey,
So Shelby came to me and told me about a young lady who was interested in helping our podcast and connecting our podcast to more resources. So, my eyebrows perked up and the little hair I got left from the top of my head perked up too. So I was like, okay, what's up? So she told me about the young lady and everything that she wanted to do. So I was like, all right, let's set it up. So set it up, even had a chance to talk, had a chance to meet and everything. So here we are. Had a couple hiccups in the road, but it's all good, man. Stuff happens, but like we here, we ride over stuff like that, right? And we here. It's interesting because we're about to learn about something that's very, very, very important to our community, right? And we tired of fish fries, we tired of chicken fries, we tired of all the fried things that have to be associated with death and things. But before I get more into that, because I know y'all want to get into it, So this young lady is originally from Detroit, Michigan, and has been a resident of Tallahassee, Florida for 2 years now. Her previous background is in law enforcement, as well as various medical training like dialysis, phlebotomy, and PCT and EMT. You done it all. You got a whole bunch of skills. You live
my
out here in these
goodness.
streets. Live in these streets. That's what I'm
I'm
talking
out here.
about.
I
She
done been
embarked
out
on
here.
that. I see you. She embarked on the insurance career path in 2020 and is truly enjoying servicing the public as well as family, friends, and associates. She is a mother of two sons, aged 22 and 10, and who she's very proud of. And she loves volunteering and traveling as well as servicing the community with several organizations that she a part of, especially the Eastern Star. And another interesting thing about it, so I ain't gonna lie,
Okay.
like a regular black person, I got a black person mind. So when I when I saw how her name was spelled, oh, it took me about 2 hours. I
What you
came up
say?
with
Sayoban, Sayoban.
Sayoban, CBI, and all that stuff. And so I was like, you know what? Let me stop being ignorant. Let me look it up. So I looked
Okay.
it up. I
You
looked it
looked my
up.
name up?
I looked it up. And so it's of
Mm.
Irish origin. It's pronounced Siobhan, and I believe, if I remember correctly, I believe it means what God's grace or something like that. Got some connection.
Oh,
Oh, oh yeah.
Joe. I owe
See,
you lunch, honey.
see.
You
Hey,
own
look,
it.
I did my homework. I did my
Check
homework
you
because
out.
look, I did my homework. Okay, so I am introducing you all to the lovely and the talented Miss Siobhan Avery. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey, y'all. Thank you for
Yeah,
having me. Thank you for having me, Joe. Thank you,
no
Freedom
problem.
Train. Good
Hey,
evening.
thank you for taking your time out to be here with us and allowing us to learn from you and get some information that can definitely benefit our community, because we out here. We are out here
Yes.
struggling sometimes. So we got to get our assets together. Also, we're gonna learn a little bit of how insurance can help with generational wealth as well. So,
Yes.
so before we get into the insurance game, and you know, I mentioned things about you, but just a little background information about yourself. Who is Siobhan Avery, and why is service in your community something important to you?
Who is Siobhan Avery? Well, I am just like any other African American woman. Okay, I'm a mom. I'm a sister. I'm a friend. I'm a humanitarian. I'm my sister's keeper. I'm my brother's keeper. Okay. Um, I love everyone, and I'm here to help everyone.
Okay.
Like you spoke of earlier, I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan. I've been in Florida since 2017. I moved to Tallahassee in 2019, about 2019. Yeah. Um, I was in a law enforcement or background. Um, when COVID hit, I got a little bit more concerned about myself and my family. So I stepped back, stepped down from that,
Hmm.
um, and started working from home like other people,
Right.
and studying. And so then I decided to go into insurance. My mother was an insurance agent
Okay.
as a kid. So I never was interested in that at first, but I thought about it. My mom, she was talented, so it's a pleasure to follow her footsteps at this time.
That's what's up. So, it's safe to say your mom was one of the influences in you giving back to your community.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So, how did you get from Detroit to Tallahassee?
Funny story. Um, I have two sons. One is deceased, and one is still living. So the reason for me moving to Florida in the first place was to bring my kids somewhere where it was safer,
Hmm.
um, not as fast paced, or whatever. Um, Unfortunately, 8 months into moving to Florida, I lost my son to gun violence in Panama City. Um, Devastated. Um, but hey, life happens. I have it tattooed on my forearm.
Hmm.
Life happens. Um, which is even a more reason why I want to talk to people about this life insurance and insurance in general. That's why I moved here. I moved here to make a something better for my kids. I want them to
Right.
see that you don't have to be stuck in one location to succeed. Or if you think you're stuck in a rut, let's move somewhere else and let's try it
Hmm.
again and let's uproot and grow.
Yeah.
So I think my boys were proud of me for doing that because we moved somewhere where we really didn't have any family. I had my sister there, but she does her thing, I do mine.
Hmm.
We collectively come together when we can. But I'm one of those strong, proud women, so I want to get things done the way that I had it was getting it done in Detroit. So
Right.
I'm still
Right.
thriving.
Yeah. You doing your thing. You're doing your thing. So that's
Thank
what
you.
it is. So congratulations to you. Um, but that's also a testament to you having a purpose, you understanding your purpose, you having the will to still push forward your purpose no matter what. And out of that, it leads to you helping other people, and so many other people are going to be able to benefit from your strength, your experience, your knowledge. So yeah, we here. This just the trust me. This podcast is just the beginnings. Because me personally,
Hmm.
any anybody ask anybody in Tallahassee, if you for real about doing what you're doing, and you out here in these streets and you really helping people, I'm down with you, and I'm gonna do anything I can to help you. I might not can do everything, and I don't know everybody, but I use the
Right.
resources I got. If I can get you 25%, damn it, I'm gonna give you all 25% I got. So
Thank you.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We need more people in the world like you, more men, more black women, just more people in the world like you that's willing to be selfless the way that you are. So
Nah, I
thank you.
appreciate it. Nah, I appreciate it. But it's people like you and what you're doing that that make it
Oh,
easier for me. Not seriously, because um we can't do it by ourselves. We can't be out here by ourselves. But it's something that's not glamorous. You're not gonna get no awards. You're not
no,
gonna get no recognition. But you're not doing it for that. You're doing it for the people. And
that's
the
right.
thing that keeps you going is the people that you're working with, and just seeing the heart that people like you bring to us. So that's what keeps us going. So yeah, so we out here. So let's
Ah,
get into this. Let's get into this
yes.
insurance thing. So
Let's talk
um
about it.
all right, but before we kind of get in, before we get into exactly what insurance is, why do you think so many people of color don't have insurance or are not educated about insurance?
I think there's a stigma about insurance with the just people in general. I don't even really want. But let's talk about us.
Hmm.
We're so used to just taking the easy way out and sliding. I like to call it sliding, just sliding. Sliding down. Hey, I ain't got no driver license, but I'm
Yeah,
driving.
right, right, right.
Hey, I ain't got no insurance, but hey, a whole lot of things can happen. Okay, like, oh, your premium got canceled because it's not on the right payday. You,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? I need to pay this bill. I can't pay that bill. But insurance is a bill you cannot afford not to pay.
Right.
You need to pay it every month or whenever it's due. Pay it. It is important. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Now, look, I ain't gonna say I learned the hard way, but it took me a while to understand the importance of insurance. Like when I started getting my life together, I made sure I
Mhm.
got some insurance to make sure I keep my life together. So, like, what exactly, from your experience and your knowledge base, what is insurance? Like, how would you define insurance?
From a layman's, or
Yes,
just
yes,
from
in your
me where you
words.
are. Okay. So insurance is something that's going to protect you in the event of emergency or something that greatly could happen, uh, that could danger you or anything. It's a covering, right? So you want to be covered. I want to call it a pillow top mattress.
Okay,
Okay. And you laying on this pillow top mattress and you got this weighted blanket. So insurance is that weighted blanket because you're covered. You know that you can sleep and you know comfortably and you know you're covered. That's what insurance is, covering.
I like that because that made damn good sense. Because I'm because I'm picturing the bed with the covering. Because
Hmm.
I'm a person who loves to get up under the covers.
Me
So
too.
I be cold a lot, and so if it's cold, I don't like it. So that that those covers are going to protect me from the cold, just like the insurance is going to protect me from anything that goes wrong.
That's
Basically, what you're
right.
saying. Okay, okay, and so that I guess that would sum up the importance of insurance is to have coverage in case something goes wrong.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. So, um, so with that being said, like, what are some of the easiest ways to access insurance for somebody's listening to this? Like, okay, insurance is protection. So, what are the ways to access insurance, and is insurance expensive to have?
Okay. So that's a good question there. So you didn't ask what types of insurance are there. So let's,
Right.
can I start there?
Yes.
So what it goes in conjunction with the question that you asked. So it
Okay.
just depends on what type of insurance that you need. Maybe you need it for your life. You may need it for your automobile, your motorcycle, your home, whether you rent it or you own it. Okay. We have something that's called blanket insurance. Um, Blanket is just what it's called, a blanket
Right.
insurance that will cover everything that you own.
Gotcha.
Okay, on top of your car and your home. All right. You have your health insurance, of course, dental insurance, right? You have your accidental death or accidental dismemberment. Um, you have your short-term disability insurance. You have a lot. You have unemployment insurance, right? There are many different ones that you have. It all depends on what you're in need of or what your family is in need of at that time. Did we talk about dental insurance as well? Okay,
I did.
dental, they have insurance for teeth as well.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that. Now, I knew. Well, let me say this. I knew that, but I didn't know that because you know how you hear about certain celebrities, whatever their if they have a body part that's what they're famous of. So you know, J Lo insured her butt,
Hmm.
and so like, so you're telling me if Steve Harvey want to insure his teeth, he can, or not even Steve
I'm
Harvey,
sure his
me,
teeth are insured.
right,
Yes, and whatever your your most prized possession is, or like Tina Turner, what she's famous for, those long legs, right?
right,
So
right.
those are insured. The same with those athletes, right? I'm quite sure they have quite a bit of insurance on those guys, like you
Hmm.
know because they depend on them to do certain things. So that's what it is. So the question is, what is it that you and your family need? Do you have the insurance for it? Are you
Okay,
covered?
okay. Because you know, talking about this, those mayhem commercials come to mind.
Oh goodness.
You know, not great marketing, by the way, great marketing because for people who are very impulsive and do emotional buying and things, that could push them to think like, oh man, everything is in danger. Look at these men just flying over everywhere. So with that being said, now you say it depends on what your family needs. So the cost
Hmm.
of insurance would depend on your family need, correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
For like, so let's talk about car insurance, perhaps. Like, for
Okay.
instance, so in the state of Florida, just think about this. You only need $10,000 worth of insurance. So it pays out $10,000 per person, $20,000 per accident, and $10,000 for property damage. How many people own a car that's $10,000? I mean, in Florida.
Right.
Do you see a lot of cars that you think cost just $10,000? And it's a
Mhm.
lot of us that's carrying just only that little bit of insurance. That's crazy. That's not enough. So that's where I come in and try to talk to you about, you need to get more. Look, this is not going to even really cover the amount for your own vehicle, right?
Right.
Okay. And $20,000 per accident, you know, that could probably only just cover just the cost of repairing the car. What about you? What about your body? What about your body for bodily injury? You're only paying out $10,000. That's crazy.
So okay, so I got a question with that. All right. So with that, where does the premium come in, or what is the premium, and where does the
All
premium
right.
come in as far as you having to pay the premium?
All right. Your premium is going to be based on a many factors. Credit is going to be a factor.
Hmm.
We have something that's called insurance credit. Insurance credit
Okay.
means they want to know how long you've had insurance in a length of time that you've been with a company, like see, or just to
Gotcha.
see if you are constantly keeping your vehicle or possessions insured. All right, so that you get a score for that. Okay. The second factor, and then one of the most important things, how many accidents have you had? How
Okay.
many tickets have you acquired? Those tickets come off of your record like every 3 years. They're supposed to. For accidents, it's 5 years in the state of Florida. They're supposed to.
Okay.
Um, that's what really, really hurts people, and not being factual and truthful when you're talking with your agent. So it's our job. Okay, we're just putting in what you tell us. Oh, I've never been in an accident before. I don't have any
Right.
tickets. But when we run that motor vehicle record, it says something totally different. So that's going to make the company, the underwriters are going to be like, okay,
You're not trustworthy.
so that's right. Number one, this person's not trustworthy. Um, they did have these many accidents. So let's charge them $500 a month for the
Okay.
minimum. Okay. When
Okay.
you have people with top notch everything, that only may be paying $56. But it also depends on the laws in the, in that particular
Right.
state.
Right.
Depends on the crime rate, how often cars are stolen, what type of car you have, whether it's a sports car, a sedan, it's so many different factors that go into play when it comes about with your premium.
Okay. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna ask this because I'm just trying to better understand. So, I
Okay.
was dude hit me, and so I end up having to pay the premium. So, how does
But
that work out?
okay, so the premium is what you pay every month to your car insurance company. Now, are you talking about a claim? A
Yes.
claim is something that when you're in an accident, something happens, then you send in a claim.
Yes.
So you ended up paying the claim for an
Okay.
accident that you did not cause.
Right.
Why? Did the other person not have insurance?
Yeah, they end up not having insurance.
And that's one of the beautiful things that you had, right? You had that insurance that would cover you if someone else doesn't
Okay.
have it. And you must have that in the state of Florida. It's called
Right.
uninsured motorist coverage. Well,
Gotcha.
if you don't get it, you should, because it's something good to have. There's
Gotcha.
people. We live in a city that is full of driving, kids under 25, and they drinking. Um,
Ain't crazy.
and then you have, it's legal here, the marijuana or whatever, but they,
Hmm.
just under the influence of whatever it is they're under the influence of. So
Gotcha. I gotcha. Okay. So
yeah,
you also you have. Let me bring this up. Let me share my screen because you came prepared. That's what I like.
I try to.
This is the no life insurance wheel. So
Hmm.
take us through this, please.
Joe, Tallahassee, Florida. Listen to me. I am so tired of these fish fries
Yes.
and these rent parties or these GoFundMe's. Like, come on, we got to do better. Okay, We're going to talk about this no life insurance will, so maybe it will change your way of thinking. Okay, so this is some of the things that will happen to you. This is some of the things that can happen to you on the no life insurance will. So, can I start? Let's go.
Go ahead. Do you think?
So, when you don't have any money for your funeral, all right, that's just a stress of its own. First of all, you already stressed out because you just lost your loved one. Okay. You don't want your family members to have the stress now that they can't afford to travel to even to your funeral. Okay.
Hmm.
If you had the life insurance policy, you could leave that in there to where, hey, whoever you left it to. You got Auntie, Auntie Renee down in Louisiana. We need to get her down here or whatever. Or maybe even if you have a family member in prison and you need to pay that little stipend that so they can come to the funeral. This will help with that. All right. The next one. This is one that we just use often here. This
Hmm.
next one here. Okay. The family is forced to cremate you because they don't have the money
Right.
or because you didn't have insurance or because they didn't have insurance on you or whatever. How sad is that? You know, you they have several different types of cremations. Now, this is for the ones, I'm not talking about the ones who want to be cremated, okay?
Right.
That's your wish.
Do you?
Blessings to you.
Right.
Okay. We talking about the ones that just drop dead, okay? Or just anything can happen. Now you don't have enough money. Now they got to cremate you. Wow. Now let's go to the next one. Okay, so no grief counseling for the devastated family members. You can use the insurance money for that too, or you can use your health insurance or whatever, right? You can use part of the money for it. You may need to pay doctor bills or whatever. You need counseling. Okay. The next one, let's talk about no money to cover the lost wages. All right.
Mhm.
You're going to take time off work, depending
Yeah.
on who it is that passed away, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to get personal after we finish this will and try to go through this will to see if it matched me. All right. The next one. Now, your family members have to go back to work before they're ready because let's go back. There was no money to cover lost wages. Oh, and let's
Right.
go back. And they had to work overtime or do whatever, or just take money from their home to help cremate you.
Right.
Or they had to take money. It goes back up to the green one here. They had
Right.
to give some of their money, their hard earned money, to help Auntie Renee from Louisiana get down to
Right.
Tallahassee to bury you. All
And
right.
so with all that going on, the last thing they're thinking about is grief counseling.
Exactly. You're not thinking about that at all. That's why I got skipped over, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, let's go to the next one. The family must repay your debts out of their own money. Say for instance, you inherit your mom's home or the person's home. You inheriting their debt. What if their um, mortgage wasn't paid up, or their taxes, or you need repairs to the house, whatever? All of that becomes on you now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the life insurance policy could also help to smooth that out, right? Or to maybe not have any more debt. Maybe it'll wipe out all the debt, right? That's the whole purpose of getting life insurance, okay?
Right.
All right. And then we already talked about no money for your funeral, which is the main thing. All right. Let's talk about something, Joe. I want to talk to y'all about something.
Okay.
All right. So when my son was murdered, I was out of the state. I was in Louisiana. Um, so I got the call from the sheriffs. They told me what happened. Luckily, I had insurance on my son. All right. But the state of Florida did have a program because he was murdered. They had a program that helped out as well. So I was able to have that little money as well.
Hmm.
But the main thing we're talking about here is that I had insurance. I didn't have to wait for that money. You know,
Right.
I used the insurance to bury him the proper way. Okay. I sent my son back to Detroit. That's where he loved Detroit. He loved home. So I had him shipped back. Insurance pays for all of these things. Okay.
Right.
All right. That's important. The money was sent out immediately. All right. I only had to give them a death certificate
Hmm.
or a police report. It does not take a lot. All right. If I did not have this insurance, I could have been like any other person. Okay. Like we see all the time on our Facebook feed and Instagram feed. We're doing hey, I'm frying fish, I'm frying mullet, I'm frying this for trying to get this money of, hey, I'm asking for donations because little Ray Ray died or, whatever, or got killed. No, it is time for us to grow up. Stop buying all of these asses, breasts, you
Yeah.
waste. What is all of that without your life? Some of these women are even going over here getting that stuff done and dying. Do they have life
Right.
insurance?
Not a lot of them.
What's more important to you? Having a new behind or leaving a legacy behind? Okay. If you want to go big, leave a big legacy behind. Okay. Leave something, do something to start generational wealth for your family. Wouldn't that make you proud to know that your family is going to be taken care of after you because of you?
Yeah.
That's amazing. I mean, I know that, oh, you had to pass away or whatever, but you can take pride and rest and know I don't got to worry about them because I know what I'm leaving for them. They're going to be all right.
Yeah. Well, another thing too to add on to that, because you trying to win the award for guest of the year. I see you. Do your thing. I see you. But leaving, I think we need to become more realistic about death and less afraid of death because it's a natural
Yeah,
part of life. And a part of a legacy is after I'm gone, something needs to be here. So
that's right.
in essence, you are preparing to not be here. Now that doesn't mean that you just stop living life. You live life, but you set yourself up and you set your future up. So when you
Hmm.
are not here, they can still thrive. So that's the whole point of legacy. But I
That's
think
right.
that, in my opinion, that comes because our community we're so afraid to think and talk about death.
Hmm.
So
It
yeah,
is a natural part of life, unfortunately. And if you didn't wake up in 2020 and see that's a natural part of life,
yeah,
and how
yeah.
it could just be you can drop like this, you can be here today and gone tomorrow. I mean, you could be like that anyways.
Right,
Okay.
right.
But 2020 up till now, oh my goodness, for us to even be right here talking right now is such a blessing
It
from up
is.
above.
It is.
But it's just chilling still to just think that Joe, you know what it is?
Hmm.
We should make a pledge, like, to start talking to our children about that at an early
Right.
age, how important it is. Now, like I said, my mom, she sold insurance, so of course
Hmm.
we had insurance, right? There wasn't a time that any of us did not have life insurance, so that was instilled in me.
Right.
Even though I wasn't really listening because I wouldn't, but I knew that that was something I had to have.
Right.
Even if it's only $25,000, it's something to bury you. Okay, back to that will that we were just talking about. It could help with some of those things on that will. Okay,
Hmm.
but the main purpose of the insurance is to make sure that you leave a legacy behind. Okay, of course, and to make sure you're buried properly, but to leave something behind for. And let me tell you something. I just got a life insurance policy. Another one is just
Hmm.
$100,000. Okay, but it also depends on what your health, what you got going on health wise, and things of that nature when it comes to premiums on the life insurance. So for myself and my 10-year-old son, I'm paying roughly about $60 a month with this particular company, right? But if there was a person who did not have some of the ailments that I've had or have went through, it was only $18 a month for that
Right.
person with the same age as me, 40
Right.
years old. So, but still, $60, I can spend that in a heartbeat. I love shopping. I love Amazon. Right? So I could spend that like so quick, or I could just go in the store and spend that. But
Hmm.
knowing that $60, if I die tomorrow, my son will have $100,000 ready for him,
Yeah.
when he gets older. Or, my son has $100,000 now to help him because I left it to the beneficiary, right?
Hmm.
To take care of him, or to the lawyer, right? So they can make sure that they gets dispersed out the proper way. I can rest well now.
Right. Right. Now that's awesome. Because one the thing is you're not just talking about it, you're living it. You're setting you're a living example of what you're supposed to do. Setting yourself up for the future, setting yourself up for life when you're not going to be here. Literally leaving a legacy, not just talking about it. Because we do a lot of talking. We get on social media
Yes.
and we do a lot of talking, but we don't do
Mhm.
a lot of putting the right parts in place for ourselves. And the information you giving is great for us to put the right parts in our place. Just so one more thing I wanted to ask,
Sure.
just to make sure I get clarity on having more than one insurance policy. Is it
Mhm.
necessary? And if you do have more than one, as far as life insurance policy, what are the different types of policies you can get for your life?
Well, once again, um, it just depends. Like some people may take out $1 million with one company, and they
Okay.
think, okay, that's good. Or you may have it spread out. Like you may want, hey, you got your job gives you what 50,000. So you got that one that you'll have from your company, and you take out a personal one, and then you just take them out. You have them for different things, or when you get them, you can have the beneficiary to different sisters, different brothers, different family members, different people you love, right? That could be the reason too, right? There are many different reasons why people do things. You just think out the box, like, okay, I'm gonna go with Gerber. Not supposed to be name calling, but I'm gonna go
Right.
with this company here, and I'm gonna leave it to Teresa, and I'm gonna go with this person here, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
leave it to my sister Sheila. You know, so she, at least Sheila have a couple of dollars. You know what I'm saying? You could do that if you can afford it, and you could be able to afford it. You can. Nobody said you had to go a big number. You can do a little number. And here's another thing too. You don't have to tell the beneficiary right then. You can have the lawyer tell them after you gone. So if you're thinking, I'm not getting no policy and leaving it for nobody, they may try to kill me on
Right.
sneak tip. You know, let's
You ain't
talk
gotta tell
about
nobody.
that, because that does happen,
It
right?
happen. It does happen.
But you don't have to tell them. You could just have an attorney. So if something does happen to you, the attorney will find out, and the attorney will present it to that person who you left as the beneficiary. So
Right.
now, case closed. Sign the gavel on that one. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. 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 That's what's up. Because I always thought about that. You see it in the movies. They find out somebody got $100,000, $200,000 policy, and they take them out. But you don't have to tell anybody anything.
right.
That's what's up. That's cool.
Now, if you are one of the people like me, are like, okay, you talk to your family member, you say it's a sensitive subject, right? But you talk to them like, look, sis, do you have life insurance? We need to talk about this. You The next time I charge you guys, the next time y'all have a family meeting, if you don't have one, make one up.
That
Have a
one.
family meeting and talk about that life insurance. Who should we? What do we need? What are our assets? What do we want to leave behind? What is most important to us?
Right.
Figure that out. Then you can leave it whoever you want to leave it to. You know. So
Gotcha.
yeah,
Gotcha.
it is
Gotcha.
important, guys. I'm really hoping that I'm able to speak to you guys, and I hope that it speaks to your spirits and your hearts about, and make you change your mind, or make you think a little differently about insurance, and how important it is. Okay.
Okay. That's what's up. Siobhan Avery, everybody. Siobhan Avery came through and just did the thing. So I'm gonna be guest of the year. So here it
Oh
goes.
goodness.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So somebody see this interview. You gave great information. So if somebody see this interview and they want to get in contact with you, because hey, you need to come talk to my people. You need to come help us. What's the best way for somebody to get in contact with you?
So the best way to contact me, you can reach my desk Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I am licensed in the state of Georgia and Florida, by the way. And my telephone number is 850-629-3512. And that's 850-629-3512. Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30. Holla
Yep.
at me.
Y'all better. Y'all better. If you don't holler at her, I'm coming after you. You're gonna need insurance anyway. So nah, that's what's up. Nah, I really appreciate you.
Thank
You
you for having
uh
me.
definitely learned a lot. I love the way you gave the information, very relatable, very understandable. You out here doing your thing. So I know I'm gonna see you out here in the community, in the streets, because more people, when I tell people about you, they're like, well, I need to have her. So I'm gonna tell everybody. So
Thank you.
yeah, that's the gossiping I like to do. So hey,
Yes.
hey y'all, Siobhan, Avery, once again. And
Tallahassee.
share this video, subscribe, like,
Please.
comment, all that stuff. Make sure everybody that know about this. Know about this. www.freedomtrainradio.com is the website. Make sure use just support us. Support Siobhan, support us,
Yes.
support
Oh,
everybody.
Joe, can
Go
I
ahead.
please?
Go ahead.
I want to shout out my girls, Shelby and Queen C. Okay.
Yep.
If it wasn't, I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for them. So
They hooked
thank
us up.
you. I love y'all. Y'all my girls. Okay.
They hooked us up. Hey, y'all cool with me. Y'all already know what it is. Hey man, Joseph Ward. Shout out to my homie Patrick Irvin. Shout out to Enigma September. Everybody in the Freedom Train family. We see y'all next time. Peace out.